Yo, what up, guys? So let's talk about these MLB rule changes for 2023, and it looks like for the foreseeable future. Obviously, there's a 15-second pitch clock now for the pitcher to get into his windup. That speeds up the game because I got the info from the Michael K show that for 4.5 minutes on average, nothing was happening. No balls were being put in play. So for a long period of time, all you were seeing were strikeouts and walks. With the pitch clock, everything will be sped up. The pitchers wind up, and in all likelihood, the pitcher's delivery, and unless they take a really long time delivering the ball, because once the pitcher gets it and starts his windup, he could still do all these herky-jerky movements that some of the pitchers in baseball have. So that's going to be interesting. Um, on the hitting side, um, if you step out of the box and don't get it back in, because you know how players like to step out after they take a pitch and recollect themselves, yeah, you can't do that anymore. If you take too long to get back into the box, that's an automatic strike on the hitter. And I don't like what I heard from Manny Machado today. He goes, with that rule change, it looks like I'm going to be down 0-1 before I even step into the box. Now, I don't like that because that means he's not willing to adjust to the new rules of the game. And let's face it, we know he's one of the best hitters in baseball and people want to see him play. But if you're going to be so stubborn and not change any of your ways to adapt to these new rules, even though I believe they're bullshit, frankly, you have to learn to adapt. We've all learned to adapt to the new implementations that baseball has made over the years, such as the netting, the ghost runner on second base. We've all learned to adapt. Also during the Michael K show, a caller brought up a point. If there's runners on first and third, now this is also a new rule. The pitcher can only throw over to first base and then at bat twice. If you throw over a third time and you don't pick off the runner, get him out, they're gonna call that a balk, which means the runner can advance a free base without anything happening. That's why I said if there are runners on first and third, it could be interesting because obviously the runner on first gets a free base, so he goes to second. But if you throw over to third a couple of times and you happen to not get the runner, now there are not a lot of throwovers to third anyway, but just in the low probability that multiple throwovers to third are made, if you don't get the runner a third time, you throw over to third, the run scores. So, I don't think a lot of throws to third will be made anyway. But if that does happen, it'll be interesting to see how teams exploit that. Another rule is whatchamacallit. Well, I can't remember. Oh yeah, the shift. Obviously, the shift is being outlawed now to get more hits, more like push hits instead of lefties pulling the ball to right field. Because we want to see more contact. Like I said earlier, we don't want to see 4.5 minutes of pretty much nothing happening besides walks and strikeouts. I get that, and I agree with that. But for players like Joey Gallo, I thought it was going to be better off for him at the plate because there can only be two fielders on each side of second base now. But Michael K brought up a good point. Will outfielders shift more to the left for left handed batter, or will right fielders move in a lot because they know that hitters like Joey Gallo and a lot of other guys are used to hitting the ball into the shift, where the second baseman normally stands on the outfield grass. Or the lip of the grass. That's why I said with the outlaw of the shift, will right fielders come all the way in and tempt the players to hit the ball into what would still be a shift, but not what we're used to seeing. It's gonna be real interesting to see how all these different implementations come into play, the adjustments that are going to be made within the game. Because for the first couple of weeks, I think it's going to be a major adjustment for players because they've never played under these rules before. So it'll be interesting to see how long it takes for them to get used to it. What do you guys think of these rule changes? Do you like them? Do you think they speed up the game? Do you not like them? Do you want baseball to continue the way it's been going? Now, I'll give you my insight because I get it. They want more action on the bases and they want the games to end quicker. Now, since I love baseball deeply and have a rooting interest in the team, of course, I can sit down and watch a game for 4 hours, even the commercials, without changing the channel. So, for someone like me, I would be okay if baseball stuck to the old rules, but I get it. You want to see more action, you want to see more things happening. Like Michael K said, you can't just send an email now like you were able to do without the rule changes, because baseball will be sped up a lot more than it would normally be with these new rule changes. But it's going back to the 1950s and 60s where a lot more stuff would be happening. Throwovers, stolen bases, hits to the opposite field, hits in general. So I don't quite understand the old heads that say they don't like these changes because they're deciding to go back to what they loved seeing with these rule changes. So that's kind of baffling. But let me know what you guys think about these new rule changes. Alright, guys, till next time, peace out.